Good morning. This is Mornings with Michael. Before we get started, this is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. If you have a personal finance issue or question, please feel free to text us and we'll have one of our advisors work with you. We love working with individuals and companies as well. So let's get started. It was a wild weather event last night here in Alameda. Um, some of the boats, the ferries could not dock. Um, Door blew off one of the ferries as well. And some of our street signs blew down and trees were knocked over. So it was pretty wild here. And it was a pretty wild morning in the markets as well. Let's take a look what's going on. First, we got the QQQ up here. It was positive earlier this morning, and now it's positive again, it looks like. It's up just slightly. Um, Take a look at one of um, CRM that posted positive earnings. It was up close to 400 earlier in the morning. Now it's pulled back to, it had pulled back to 383, and now it's slightly positive at 386.57. Wingstop announced earnings this morning. They had a huge, they had a gap up this morning, and at one time it was up about $20, and now it has pulled back quite a bit. It's up 14.41. So that's what's happening in the market. Let's take a look at our dollar. Dollar is up 2 pennies as it tries to get back to highs. 0 TNX is pulling back. That's why the markets are actually able to come up. It was at 4% yield on the 10-year, pulled back to 389, 3.89. The 20-year pulling back as well. It's at 3.115. Let's look at some of the other currencies. Bitcoin is pulling back. It's down about 3.2. And Ethereum is doing about the same, close to 3.5% pullback as they continue to retreat. Go back to the QQQ. Remains slightly positive, basically flat for the day. S&P 500 doing about the same. The Dow Jones is about the same. And the small caps are popping up. They seem to be doing the best today. The downside is they're below their 20 and 10-day moving average, which will probably prove to be resistance right now. It's pulled back from 199, and it'll have to pop above this retreating trend line here. And let's look at oil. Oil continues to, energy sector continues to pull back. Let's look at the oil market, down about 1.4% today as it continues to retreat. Natural gas is trying to fill in the gap that had pulled back to. It's still pretty close to the lowest levels in its history. XBI looks, the biotechs here are trying to stay flat, pull back quite a bit got pretty close to their 200-day moving average. IBB is a little worse than the XBI. Financials pretty flat. They pulled back to their 50-day moving average. See if that'll be support. Metals and mining, they're popping up a little bit. Got close to their 50-day moving average. Transportation, pretty flat. They pulled back to their 50-day moving average as well. Basic materials has pulled back slightly under its 50-day moving average. See if they can maintain here. Healthcare pulled back as well. Let's see what, other than Wing and Hubs, what has been moving positively today. Intuitive Machines had a big pop, up 70, close to 74% this morning. Palo Alto Networks, earnings increase of 81%. They're up a little over 11%. Former leader in the pandemic era, popping up, they're up 18%. Fiverr, they do a lot of contract work. Vertiv Holdings is up 7%. CVR Partners up about 5% on their earnings. Make nitrogen fertilizer utilizing petroleum gasification process. Looks like Tenet trying to bounce back after their big sell-off yesterday. They have earnings tomorrow. And one more, Camping World Holdings. They were another one big winner during the pandemic, and they're up about 9% after a big sell-off yesterday on their earnings. And let's see what's down today. ZipRecruiter is down a little over 23% today. Keysight, I guess they weren't happy with Keysight's earnings. It's up 22%. It's a gap down of 13%. CoStar down about 6% on a 9% earnings increase. Medifast for weight and disease management products is off a little over 3%. Their earnings increased 27%. Here has been a leader in this recent rally, selling off a little bit. Their earnings were up 174%. It looks like this may be more of market pressure than anything. They had a big run up when they announced their earnings. Matador Resources is down about 12%. Everything in the energy space now is trending lower. Cord is down another 1%. They've just retreated. from 151 to 128. Their earnings are due today. One of the stronger issues in the market has been ExxonMobil, and they're retreating a little under 1%. And that kind of looks like we're going to have an announced speech by the Fed later today. We'll have to see how the market reacts after that. We're just kind of in an iffy area. A lot of people, Robert Kiyosaki says we're in a bubble economy right now. A lot of people are predicting the markets are going to pull back another 20 to 25%. So we'll just have to kind of watch as data continues to flow in, see if the economy is pulling back. The market had been pricing in no recession. So if we get a recession now, they're going to have to adjust, and there definitely will be a pullback. So we'll just have to see as the data comes in. Remember, as you go about your day, that your goals and your activities will determine how far and where you go. So keep working on your goals and your activities and keep pushing forward. And in the meantime, for your financial goals, this has been Mornings with Michael. If you have any personal finance questions, feel free to text us at 415-828-7997. In the meantime, hope everybody has a great day. Continue working and finishing the week out strong.